Hey guys, welcome. It's your girl, Black Girl Minimalism. I'm doing a read for Sunday, October 5th. Me and Babe went to the movies to finalize our anniversary weekend, and today I'm honoring Auntie Cass as well for our weekend. She's our little guiding light for today. So we saw, what's the movie name, Boo?
One Battle After Another.
One Battle After Another is actually really good. So if you haven't gone out to see it with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, it's a new younger actress as well. I'm not familiar with her name, but the whole movie was really great. So yeah, it's a good one to go and check out. So we're going to do the spread of 12. We're using the Clueless guidebook deck, and I'm going to get into the read. I hope that you guys had a wonderful and relaxing Saturday and Sunday. We did go out for dinner last night, so that was really cool. And we're going straight into the read right now. So the thing that we have coming up is this is Six of Cups, right, Boo?
Mm-hmm.
So we have the Six of Cups. This is interesting. So it's a couple it's glasses on her, what seems to be like her dresser, her bedroom dresser, and this is when she falls over the bed. She's having like a date night, and he is on the bed watching a movie. Maybe they're missing each other at some point, but yeah, she is thinking that she's coming on to him, not catching the vibe that he's not interested in her. So that's interesting that this scene comes up, but maybe a point of embarrassment, or like maybe putting yourself out there in some way, because like that she was trying to be forthcoming, and he was like, oh, are you a little cold? And then he put the covers on her and she falls off the bed. So that was an interesting energy in that scene. Moving forward, we have the King of Wands, and this is the scene where she was like kind of getting the group together. She was taking pictures, and Ty was in the group picture but was like trying to find her way and where she fit. But Cher was like trying to bend the bridge of like the group together. And then we have the hearts in the back. So maybe you're taking heed in like photography, or like doing something that might bring up some like, I didn't see her doing much photography in the movie, but it was interesting that she did take the photos in this particular scene. So it might be a call to some sort of skill that you've put down and you want to pick up. And I'm interested to know what this actual card is saying to us. So I'm going to read this card, and I never stop it in the middle of the read, but I'm interested to know what it's saying. This is Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, King of Wands. So yeah, I know, I was seeing on the page. So we're reading the King of Wands in the book, and like I said, she was taking up pictures, kind of getting the group together. So it says when you show up at a social gathering, okay, the group can't help but follow your lead. So she did take the lead in taking a photography, getting a group together. Your eye for art and design is flawlessly inspiring when you let your creativity flow. This is what I mean, like stepping into a point of creativity that you feel comfortable in. Maybe you don't do it on a regular basis, but you do feel comfortable in that space. Even classmates you don't know very well admire and respect you. Let them. Others think of you as a visionary, regardless of whether you do. So this is maybe like people are taking heed to you from the outward looking in. And sometimes that could be like, my baby says, like, maybe flattery is the best form of, whatever. Imitation, right? Imitation is the best form of flattery. I had it backwards. Basically saying that sometimes you might not get the conversation or the face-to-face for someone to say like, oh, you inspire me, but you already inspire those around you and also those looking from afar. So this card is a sign that it's time to let your creative energies lead you even further. So this to me says like following your gut, because you're already doing like what feels right to you and you don't really need to question it. Okay? So we're going to continue forward. Oh my gosh. It's you smiling. Okay, boo. All right, so a few came out. So, okay. Whew. So we had 2 cards. We have a few more now. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So first thing first is we have the 3 of Cups. I see this as getting together with your group, your girlfriends for coffee. Coffee is a good way to start up small conversation and to not feel intimidated when you do sit down to talk or sit down to get together. It feels like a casual get together. So maybe like that may be coming up for you within this week or this time frame. You might be getting together for casual drinks. Okay. The next thing to come up is the Page of Swords. And we pulled this card this week. You're kind of they're standing in their power, looking over the horizon, maybe thinking over something. And I see this as a thoughtful card and trusting your gut. Again, this goes back to the King of Wands, is trusting your gut and what you're doing as far as your skills, as far as your vision and what you're putting out there. So even though you might look back and question, you're actually standing in the right place. The next thing to come up is the 5 of Pentacles. This is when she's out in the valley, maybe out in the unknown, and she gets her purse taken. And I forgot what she says in that scene.
This is an Anaya or something. He's like an Awada, just like a totally important designer.
Alaya.
Yeah, an Alaya.
Yes, Alaya. So maybe like guarding your personal things, that might be something that you need to pay attention to. In this particular scene, it was her purse, but like taking guard to your personal things and maybe being aware of your surroundings. That could be a call to that particular energy. The next thing to come up is so this is 5, this is 10, yeah. Right? 10 of Pentacles, and I see this as the full gamut of finances. You have the lemons, and lemons, this came up when we were talking about the tea. The lemons are called to cleansing, and so the energy as to what Pentacles is coming out, you're going to be receiving a full plate of finances, and your finances are multiplying at this time. And let me read this one. Okay, Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, so 10 of Pentacles is Mr. Horowitz' legacy doesn't stop at financial success. So this is talking about finances being more than the actual physical handheld money in hand, or money in hand. It has to do with maybe reputation, what you leave behind for others. His love for and protectiveness of Cher and their extended family is as steady and solid as his home office desk. Getting and staying focused is half the battle of success. The 10 of Pentacles is a loud and clear reminder that you are ready to enjoy the financial security of your recent efforts as well as the people around you. This card is a reminder that you deserve to feel proud of your contribution to your family. So this is saying that you've been working hard to leave more than the actual physical finances, but a legacy behind. You've been doing the work, you've been putting in the steps, you've been going by a step-by-step process for what you're leaving forward, and that is the full completion why we received the 10 of Pentacles. The next thing to come up is, what's this, the 4 of Wands? Mm-hmm. So this has to do with, we talked about this card before. You saw the musical notes in the background, but as I see this, it's just them two together on the dance floor. So it's like you see all this noise going on around them, which has to do with the phone communication, but what they hear is the music. So it might be a call to you and your partner, you and who you share as a family. It's a lot of things going on, but all you hear is like what's in front of you or what's in your direct parameters. Okay, and that is why the keynotes came up. They're locked in with one another. The next thing to come up is the 4 of Pentacles. This is another financial card. I said 4 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. So receiving the 10 of Pentacles and receiving the 9 of Pentacles. 9 is still working towards the full picture of things, but you've been working hard. So she does look a little bit tired in this particular display of her in her closet, but it's also saying that with hard work, it's a process to getting to things. It's a process of achieving your goals. And the Nine of Pentacles is that process right before the full completion, right? And then the next thing to come up is the Eight of Wands. And this came up last time. It talked about this is a particular author, poet, and the feather and the bottle is blowing away. The feather and the bottle spoke to protection energy, maybe protecting what's coming in as far as communication, trusting your gut of what's coming in as well. And so maybe making sure that you hear closely the message that's supposed to be received, okay? And then I'm also going to read this card as well, and some of the cards flew away, so hopefully it doesn't fall away far. I'll try to sum it up for us. Okay, so this is the Eight of Wands. So look, if your friend wants to grow a goatee, it's not your place to change their mind. This card is a gentle reminder, gentle but much needed reminder that you cannot control the choices that other people make. Contrary to your luck in matchmaking, most people will use free will to move through their lives. It's time to let them make their choices, even if they are tacky ones. Meaning, okay, so again, communication, the phone call, as far as communication, could be phone calls coming in. Maybe you're one of those friends where you're like the go-to for advice, and that advice being said, let people make their own decisions, and you, if called to, as far as your opinion, keep it as general as possible and move along. No need to, we're not saying that you don't have to be honest, but you don't have to get into the full display of what to do and how to do it. That's their decision. So making sure that you keep your way out of it and, stay clear of other people's issues. All right, so we have about 3 more cards. Dave is laughing at me. So we have the Temperance card. Y'all know Earth Angel, and we talked about this card previously for the last 2 days, so I'm not going to spend much time on it. I took it as a placement of maybe moving to being in a different place, or it's like the snowman doesn't match the environment, because she clearly is in California, but she's holding a snowman. So this also came up when Babe was like, why does she have a snowman and it's lit up but it's not plugged in? Yeah, very good observation. So we have the Tower card that's coming forth, and we see the 2 individuals that are going forward. And then we have the Knight of Wands. This also has to do with additional communication as well. But she's in all black and she's holding a telephone. Also, you see, like, I don't know if that looks like a chess piece.
Chess pieces, yeah.
So maybe
like the king, bishop,
maybe being careful about how you're moving with certain communication. And then the last thing is the Two of Wands. This is a match made. The 2 that are together. And then the last thing standing up is the King of Cups. And what does it say in his hand? Anyways, I'm gonna read this cup. So this is the King of Cups. So he has a coffee in hand, and I don't think I pulled this before. Okay, here. Page of Cups. Okay, King of Cups, showing the new kid around might seem like a lame part of the job, but it says a lot about the inner soul and stuff. Let the King of Cups inspire your logic as a direct route to emotional control. This card reminds you to let your rational self lead the way for a bit, meaning, take time to go over your decision making. And that's where the coffee is in hand, because a lot of times when you're having a cup of coffee, you're actually relaxing or chilling out while grabbing a cup of coffee. And think about that with your decision making as well. Take some time to go over different scenarios, different choices, and then make your decision. So I hope this helps, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Bye.